Welcome back, coin enthusiasts, collectors, and history lovers. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating and often overlooked coin, the 1981 D Lincoln cent. If you have one of these coins in your collection or come across it in your pocket change, you'll want to keep watching as we explore its history, key features, and its market value today. Cut to a wide shot of a desk with various coins displayed, including the 1981 D cent. The 1981 D Lincoln cent is part of the iconic series of U.S. pennies that have been circulating since 1909. But what makes this particular year and MINTMARK D so interesting, and how has it fared in the marketplace today? Let's begin our journey back in time to understand its historical significance. Scene transition: a brief clip of the U.S. Mint building in Philadelphia. Chapter 1: The history behind the 1981 D Lincoln cent. First, let's take a step back to 1981. The U.S. economy was in a time of transition. Under President Ronald Reagan's administration, the country was recovering from the economic difficulties of the late 1970s and early 1980s, marked by inflation and a recession. In fact, inflation was one of the highest in the country's history, pushing the cost of living and the prices of basic goods upward. During this era, the U.S. Mint was still producing a significant number of coins to meet the growing demand for currency. The 1981 Lincoln cent was part of this effort, produced in vast quantities at two main mints, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. The D MINTMARK that we're focusing on today means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Cut to a zoomed-in shot of the coin. It's 1981 was the last year that the U.S. Mint used a traditional design for the Lincoln cent before the introduction of the more modern designs we have today. At this time, the cent featured a familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. The reverse design, which depicts the Lincoln Memorial, was also by Frank Gasparo. Chapter 2: The design and features of the 1981 D Lincoln cent. Let's take a detailed look at the features of the 1981 D Lincoln cent. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln. It's a classic design, with Lincoln facing to the right. Surrounding the portrait is the inscription "Liberty" at the left, and "In God We Trust" above. Zoom in on the obverse design, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1981 below Lincoln's bust. The date 1981 is prominently displayed, with the MINTMARK D positioned to the right of the date, indicating that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. It's important to note that the MINTMARK can be small, but it's crucial for identifying the origin of the coin. On the reverse of the 1981 D Lincoln cent, we see the depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. Surrounding the image of the memorial are the inscriptions "United States of America" at the top, and "E Pluribus Unum" beneath the memorial. At the bottom, the phrase "1 cent" appears. Zoom in on the reverse design, "Lincoln Memorial, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum," and 1 cent. One thing that might stand out to collectors is the fact that during the 1981 production year, the quality of strikes varied. This can influence the value of the coin, particularly in terms of its condition. Chapter 3: The production and distribution of the 1981 D Lincoln cent. In 1981, the Denver Mint produced an enormous number of coins, including the Lincoln cent. Approximately 5.5 billion Lincoln cents were struck at the Denver Mint in 1981. That's a huge number, which means the 1981 D penny is not considered rare by production standards. Despite the high production numbers, collectors still hold interest in this coin for several reasons. The quality of minting, die variations, and the condition of the coin can all impact its value. Some 1981 D pennies have even become valuable due to minor production errors or unique features. Scene transition: a graph or chart showing the market value trend of the 1981 D penny. Chapter 4. The market value of the 1981 D Lincoln cent. Now, let's talk about the most important question for any coin collector. What is the value of the 1981 D Lincoln cent today? Cut to a close-up of several 1981 D Lincoln cents in different conditions. Because the 1981 D Lincoln cent was minted in such high quantities, the coin is not considered rare in the traditional sense. The value of an average 1981 D cent in circulated condition is typically very low, ranging from 1 to 3 cents. Show a table with price ranges for different conditions of the 1981 D cent. However, the story changes when we look at uncirculated or proof examples. A mint state 65 or higher MS 65 example of the 1981 D Lincoln cent could be worth anywhere from $1 to $5 depending on its overall appearance and quality. Coins graded as MS 66 or higher, coins that are nearly perfect, could fetch up to $10 or more. These coins are especially valuable to collectors who focus on finding high-quality examples of coins from this era. Scene transition: a close-up of a rare, uncirculated 1981 D penny with a price tag. Additionally, there are certain varieties and errors associated with the 1981 D Lincoln cent that can increase its value significantly. One example is a double die adverse variety, where the minting process causes the lettering or the image to be struck multiple times. These varieties can fetch anywhere from $50 to $200 depending on the condition and the prominence of the error. Show examples of double die error coins. Scene transition: a collector's book with pages of Lincoln cent. Chapter 5. Why collect the 1981 D Lincoln cent, despite its relatively low base value? The 1981 D Lincoln cent holds significance for many collectors due to its place in history, its connection to the Lincoln cent series, and the fact that it was produced during a pivotal moment in U.S. history. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, the 1981 D penny is a great piece to add to your portfolio. Cut to a close-up of a collection of Lincoln cents, with the 1981 D front and center. Furthermore, if you're looking to build a set of Lincoln cents from different years and mints, the 1981 D is an essential addition. It's a great way to explore how the minting process has evolved and to examine the subtle variations that make each coin unique. Scene transition: a final shot of the 1981 D Lincoln cent with a call to action. Closing remarks: that's a wrap on our deep dive into the 1981 D Lincoln cent. We've learned about its history, design, production, and what makes it so interesting to collectors today. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned collector, the 1981 D Lincoln cent is an important piece of numismatic history. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing insights into the world of coins. Until next time, happy collecting!